Hello friends, welcome to my channel. So we are now in the midst of the holiday season, and this is a great time of the year. I love this time of the year. We are busy, my husband and I, with, we've attended a school concert, a performance of the Nutcracker, and a play in support of his granddaughter and my youngest granddaughter. And so our home is filled with Christmas decorations, and outside at night, the houses on our street are bright with Christmas lights. So I really enjoy this time of the year. But because of my personal history, I am acutely aware that this may not be a joyous season for everyone. In fact, if you lost a loved one recently, the holidays may be simply something to get through. So if you're experiencing sadness or grief at this time, then this message is especially for you. Now, I mention my personal history because my younger son, John, and I lost his older brother, Chris Lewis, at 19 years of age. Chris was killed with a friend by two teenagers whom they did not know. It was a carjacking. And in response to this tragedy, I founded a nonprofit organization, Mothers Against Teen Violence, and I would spend years, two decades actually, working for violence prevention and victim services and social justice issues. So in concert with so many donors and volunteers and board members, I devoted that time to helping others. And as I did so, I found that in large measure, this was a way that I healed my own life. And my book, Joy in the Morning, which I published in 2010, is about the experience of losing a child. It's Joy in the Morning. It's subtitled A Mother's Journey from Tragedy to Triumph. And it's available on Amazon, and it's also an ebook. Also this year, I lost my dear sister, Sandra, to breast cancer. My husband lost his stepdad, and I lost a very dear high school classmate who died suddenly. And this all happened in the space of maybe 2 or 3 months. So I want to express my sympathy for your loss, and I want to acknowledge that your feelings are real, they are legitimate, and considering my history, I think I can say sincerely and with empathy that, I've been there. Suffering through grief during a season that the world says should be about joy, it's a difficult thing, and I get it. So I want to share with you 3 things, pearls of wisdom, if you will, with the hope that I can have a role in lessening your grief and increasing your joy. And to begin with, it occurs to me that we tend to live under the illusion of permanence. We want to believe that things as they are will last forever. And in this culture, also, attachment to people and lifestyle and material possessions, this is the norm. In fact, we define ourselves by the work we do, our accomplishments, our relationships, and the roles we play, whether as parent or partner or profession. And these become our identity, if you will. And this is who we are. So these apparent attachments, I think, reinforce the illusion of permanence. So much so that when life throws us a curveball, when we lose that treasured position, when we go through a divorce, or worst of all, when we lose a loved one, when a loved one precedes us in death, well, these can be occasions for profound disillusionment. Part of our identity has been taken away. And I've heard people say, I don't know who I am anymore. Deepak Chopra writes in his book, The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success, which is one of his earlier books. He talks about the law of detachment. And he suggests that when we enjoy all the material things in our life, and we should, our profession, our achievements, our loved ones, our possessions, that we should do this without becoming attached to those things, without buying into the illusion of permanence, my words, without allowing the people or the objects to form our identity. We enjoy life. We enjoy our loved ones. But as we do so, we see these for what they are: wonderful, incredible blessings that will not last forever. To that end, it's only natural to be sad when we lose a loved one. Our grief, in fact, is a testament of our love. At the same time, our grief can come, and after a season, we can allow it to pass. When we reject the illusion of permanence, when we practice the law of detachment, our grief will not morph into long-standing anger or resentment or unforgiveness or depression, because we know the truth. We live in a material world, we have physical bodies, and rest assured, I live in a 100-year-old house, and everything in this house and the house itself, the person I see in the mirror when I look in the mirror, and everything I see and experience in this material world, all of this will pass away. There are no exceptions. Secondly, Jesus taught that the kingdom of heaven is within you. So whatever you may visualize or think of when you hear the word heaven, I think we can agree that heaven is definitely another dimension. It's a different dimension from the world, the earth, the material world. And although I am a physical body, impermanent in every way, if the kingdom of heaven resides in me, and I believe it does, then I have a spiritual dimension. I have a spiritual identity. And unlike my physical identity, which includes my personality, my ego, and those things, my spiritual identity is eternal. In my culture, we refer to the funeral as the homegoing celebration. And I love that because, home is not a strange place. Home is not a place for fear. Home implies refuge, peace, and love. I am a body, but more importantly, I have a spiritual dimension. Thirdly, we have no problem embracing and nurturing and honoring our physical bodies. And that's a good thing. That's part of life here on the planet. But by the same token, it is even more important to embrace and nurture and honor our spiritual essence, the kingdom within. And how do we do that? With mindfulness and meditation. In my first 3 episodes on this channel, I think I talked about mindfulness and meditation. We can do that with prayer. We can do that with praise and worship. We can do that by refusing to judge or hate or devalue our fellow humans. God is love. The kingdom of heaven is filled with God's love. So we love and we forgive others. To summarize these pearls of wisdom, firstly, I will resist the illusion of permanence because all material things are passing away. Secondly, obviously, I'm a body, but I'm also a spirit, and spirit is eternal, and the kingdom of heaven is my home. Thirdly, when I honor and live ever mindful of my spiritual essence, and of course, I will grieve when a loved one precedes me in death, but I don't grieve as one without hope. My smile, the smile you see, despite my losses, this is a genuine smile because Whether at 9 days or 19 years or 99 years, when this life ends and the body returns to dust, the spirit will return home. And that's good news. I'm Joy Strickland, your certified wellness coach, wishing you a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. I'll see you next time.